They had a bad experience with a nasty HOA lien. They bought it inadvertently in error. They were after like a tax lien or a tax deed and ended up with an HOA lien by mistake. And I didn't know if you had any advice on those HOA liens on the due diligence side as well as when they pop up.
Yeah, that's a good question. First thing to mention there is the super lien states. In the state database in the mastermind portal, we've got a column for other details. And one of those other details is HOA super liens. So there's 21 states where the homeowners association can actually go to the very front priority right after the property taxes, even if they recorded their lien later in the process. So that's what the super lien means. They can fly to the beginning of the process to then get paid before the lender. In the other 30 states, you don't have that opportunity as an HOA. And in those states, the homeowners association is just like any other lien. The priority of the lien is based on the date that they recorded their lien against the property. Then if you're a junior lien investor and you're looking at a deal and it's not on the county record already, then you're in the clear. Because if it's not a super lien state and there's no other liens, you're looking at true title. You're looking at the property securing the first lien, the second lien, and any other liens that were recorded. You see it all. So that's the biggest one, is to make sure in these super lien states, you are digging in a little bit more, because the homeowners association, if they are unpaid, they can come out of nowhere and, eat your lunch, so to speak. So in those situations, call the HOA up and let them know that you're either already the lender or you're working on underwriting a non-performing mortgage note deal, and you're think the borrower might not be current on their homeowners association dues. And essentially you want to communicate that you're on the same side as the HOA. The borrower's not paying you either, and you want to make sure that they get paid. Then it's just a matter of opening the lines of communication so that everybody's on the same page. And then if you have that conversation, hopefully you've also built a little bit of rapport with the homeowners association administrators, so that when you get into it, they're an advocate for you. You can kind of work together to get things back on track. Another point here, which is kind of a tangent, and it's useful with some fines and fees and stuff at the township level as well, is that you always want to ask, what are the hard costs and the soft costs that make up the dues or the fees or the fines? And a lot of times the soft costs can just be thrown out. And soft costs are things like a daily fee or things that don't have any expense incurred by the organization. So the hard costs are like they paid a mower to keep the lawn clean and they pulled debris off of the property. Those are hard costs because they've already paid a contractor to help clean up the landscaping. But then the soft costs, the fines and fees that are they just made up, those often can be forgiven. So when you call an HOA and you do find a big bill, ask to have it somewhat itemized so you can see if there would be some potential to negotiate it. And that's really in the HOA super lien situation, because in a regular situation, if they're going to be junior to you anyway, then you're in a much better spot. You're a secured lien holder that has a priority position. But I guess at the end of the day, the majority of properties are not in homeowners associations, so it doesn't come up on every deal. And most of the time, you'll either just Google the property and identify pretty quick whether it's in an HOA, or have things like the property type, which could be a condo, and then you're much more likely to be in an HOA. Or if you see a unit number in the property address, those are the deals that you'll flag and dig in a lot more. It's funny how HOAs, I don't know how they still exist when they're like universally disliked, but I'm sure they provide some value to the communities that have like a tennis court and a swimming pond and all the amenities. Then it makes sense to have a homeowners association.
Nobody is talking about the revolution happening in real estate, where regular investors can earn great profits while helping homeowners that the banks have failed. Join the movement and start your journey into note investing at FIXnotes.com.